Shalom and welcome to Mitzvah Torah. This year is entitled Taking Medicine on Shabbat, Shir number 9. We discussed the basic halachot, someone who's no fail mishkav, someone who's sick in bed, as opposed to someone who just mechush ba'alma, a little bit of a headache. Someone just a little bit of a headache, that is where the gzeirah, the decree of medication on Shabbos applies. One cannot take Advil, Acmol, and the like. We discussed in some of the shiurim what is considered medicine, a hot water bottle, stuff like that. Once we reach the category of no filler mishkaf, person has a migraine headache and is in tremendous pain, just needs to be in bed, cannot function, there's no life-threatening illness at all, doctor says the person will be fine. But for now, incapacitated, just needs to lie in bed. A fever, an intense fever, that Mitzvah Hashem is going to be fine, but for now, no filler mishkaf, literally he's fallen into bed. Even if a person is actually physically functioning, but just because he's pushing himself like crazy. But really, the body is screaming, go to bed. Such a case, halachically, is defined as no fail levishkav. And in such a case, the halacha is that he can take medicine on Shabbos in this case. And there are other heterim that are not as well known, but open in the Shulchan Aruch as well. In Shin Chav Chet, in the Shulchan Aruch, Sif Yud Zayin, there's another heter permit that one has, and that is Amira La'akum. Amira La'akum means asking a guy to do Melacha for you. That is sometimes an abused Isser. People just think, oh, there's a guy in the neighborhood, I'll just hint him and everything is going to be fine. We're going to have a series of shiurim on the topic of Amir al-Akum, what you can and cannot ask from a guy, and when is it permissible to hint to a guy. We'll go through that, but for now, the halacha is that one cannot ask a guy to Melacha on Shabbat. It is a sore, and it's only mutar when there's a specific and clear heter. In this case, there is. Shin Chav Chet Siv Yud Zayin says openly you can ask a guy to do Melacha for one who is no fail lemishkav. And the Mishabura points out even a Melacha d'oraita from the Torah. What does that mean? That person is sick in bed, not deathly ill in any way, but he's sick in bed and he's cold. And the blankets are helping, but not that much. You want the heat on. You could ask the guy to put the heat on. He's very hot. He wants the air on. You can ask him to put the air on. Whether these actions are considered from the Torah or Drabanan, doesn't matter. It's a shvut. You're asking the guy to do malacha, and that is permitted. The rabbis who prohibited Amir al-Akum, they permitted in such a case. He needs some medicine. So we said we could take medicine, but there's no medicine in the house, the one that he needs. In the drugstore, they have it. Your friends don't have the medicine. If they do, you should get it from your friends. No one has it, only the drugstore. Can you ask the guy to go take a bus or to drive to the drugstore on Shabbat to get the medicine? There's no rices he's putting the car on. The answer is yes, that's the halacha. So, in addition to the permit to take meds, which is the common case, there is another halacha, another permit as well, and that is Amira La'akum. One can ask a guy if that's what's necessary. If there's other alternatives, obviously you do that. But if you need to ask the guy to go ahead and perform some malacha in order to go ahead and help this person's no from a mishkav who's sick in bed, that is permissible. Shalom.